it's just so engaging and not put together looking, you know. So that's my favorite. Yeah, or scars or something. I don't know. You know what?
Like freckles.
Do you have a theory?
I think he just drew those V-shapes on his face, or maybe Jigglypuff.
I'm thinking Jigglypuff. He had an early run-in in a dream state and woke up like,
Tattooed.
what happened?
The original,
Never come off.
original face tattoo.
Yeah, except that Jigglypuff did it symmetrically, which doesn't usually do that.
Maybe it's like freckles. Maybe it's like freckles,
That's
but
sad.
like anime freckles.
Well, connect the dots.
Yeah.
He did it to himself.
Every morning.
Yeah, I was thinking that when Harry Potter came out.
Exactly. Maybe that's
I did think
because,
that.
you know what? What if in the beginning when he gets electrocuted by Pikachu, maybe that's when they come on.
Yeah, scars. Lightning bolt scars. Oh my gosh, they're related. Harry Potter is magic, and Ash is regular magic.
Pikachu is Voldemort.
Wow. Don't say that.
I mean,
It shall not be named. All right, ask a
but that's the
question
same
quickly.
thing because actually we connected this because Voldemort's always around with Harry Potter because they're related, you know. And then Pikachu is always with Ash.
Yeah.
And they're related to
Theory.
Yeah.
It does make sense. Give us a minute and
We're going to talk about this.
lay it
That'll
all
be our
out.
special episode of the podcast.
Voldemort actually chose Team Valor.
Oh!
Yeah, the reason Harry Potter, that Kirk got them, there's a part where they say both Voldemort and Valor.
Well, maybe because it starts with a V.
Maybe I'm Voldemort.
Whoa. Two.
Oh, just kidding.
That's so scary.
No, that's Darkseid or Carly.
Yeah.
Yes. All right,
Oh my
more
God.
later.
Next question.
This is much more important.
This is a different question about the industry.
Yes.
I was wondering what your thoughts were, either good or bad, about the use of AI-generated voices.
I have absolutely nothing good to say about AI-generated voices. I cannot tiptoe around that. I think even for the GPS that you use in your car or whatever, there's an actual person behind that who did it. I've worked on those kind of programs before where you're just recording and recording and recording because you need actual people. I think, gosh, it is such a touchy subject because the strike has ended for actors and hopefully we've gotten more, I haven't seen what the agreement was yet, but hopefully there's more protection against voice replication, physical body replication, all of these things which will then ripple out to every job that any one of us have, where we can all be replaced in doing jobs that, I mean, in art, there's AI, there's all of these things that I had read about, not actually seen on, I forget what the site is, where you can get art generated in the style of your favorite person, not just like your favorite famous, like I want this in a,
Michelangelo.
yeah, or a Da Vinci type thing. Those cards are so amazing. But that you can just do that and there's no connection, there's no creativity really, there's no heart that goes into it. I mean, you can replicate me as Ash saying, hey, nice to see you. But for me, I would go, hey, nice to see you. And there's something behind it that you won't be able to get when you have this fake thing pulling it out. And I think for that, it really is up to all of us to demand quality. Because even I narrate a lot of audiobooks, and even audiobooks, they're trying to get just a voice to record this and you can listen to it on and on and on, and it goes, but there's no character in it. And if you say, no, I'm not putting my money towards this, I'm not going to support it, then they won't be able to do it. And this is just ways for companies to cut their budgets, cut us out, all of us out. And they want your money, but they're not willing to pay people to do something that's worth your time listening to, watching. So I think it's a really big problem. I think there needs to be regulation because ultimately, in the 50s, I saw these ads in magazines saying, soon, the life of luxury, things will be automated, you will have so much free time. But what will you be doing for work is what I wonder. And even now, things are automated, but we all have more work. And yet, it's just like the wheel keeps going. So it's false that the AI is going to make things easier and better.
You mean a false swipe?
False swipe, is that a Pokemon too?
It's a move.
It is.
Oh, a move, false swipe. That,
Okay, write that one down.
we're out of ink. But I do think we all have to be aware of it. There's
Okay.
ink. You guys, this is way beyond my.
Yeah, we made that joke.
Come on, guys. There's a lot of work.
Wow.
I don't think our brains are that
No,
big.
well, there's no money in the Pokemon world, but you guys have money. So I say demand better, demand quality, and don't put your money towards things where they're taking other people's jobs. That's what I think. That's my 20-minute answer to your question. I'm terrified of it all. Thank you. Hello, I love your outfit.
Thanks. What's your favorite line in all of Pokemon?
Mom, I'm home. No, I don't. What's my favorite line in all of? Because Ash is on the road and she cooks him dinner. That's all. I would say. I don't know. Do you have a favorite one? Is it an Ash line or is it someone else? I think as Manuela
My
in.
favorite lines are just when you're roasting Misty.
Like, hey Misty, only one of us can hallucinate at a time. That would, if that's really my favorite, that would be so sad. Instead of like, you look awesome, you're amazing, just like, get over yourself, get a life. That's sad.
They're really mean to Misty at the beginning.
They are so mean.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't think that because the lines were so funny that I didn't think of the impact it would have until watching the show later. But that's a lesson for all of us. It's funny to cut people down, but the impact is lasting. So it's not as funny in real life. Manuela in Fire Emblem Three Houses, my favorite line of hers is, "Well, it's so nice to meet me." She's.
Was it a ditto?
Yeah, make that ditto. If only there were two of me. Well, never mind. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah. Let's go on it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go on it. That's Ash Ketchum. His sneakers. He's a great dancer. Yes. Do I? No. Does he? I don't know if he has any jokes.
Is he funny?
He doesn't think he's funny.
I think he does, but he's not, actually. I mean,
That's funny.
from the little bits that I've seen, I think he thinks he's pretty awesome, but
I don't know
he
if
ends
he
up not being very awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I don't think. Do you think he? Do you know any like?
favorite.
I think his jokes are more insults than
Yeah, more insults. Yeah.
Yes.
We have to deal with the joke all the time. Team Rocket keeps trying to steal Pikachu.
That's right. And then
I do love that. I love when they're doing their motto, and then he's like, "Do you ever get tired of that?" Or
Yeah.
like, "Oh, not again." You know, that kind of stuff. I like that.
we were just, was it episode 7 that Team Rocket was trying to figure out their motto?
All of Team Rocket scenes were them just trying to figure out if they needed a new
Theme song or a dance?
dance. That was it. That was actually, they didn't even battle. They just came in and they said the thing. They were like, "This is perfect.
Yeah.
We'll never change." And then they got like blasted off.
So funny.
That was it. Literally, that was the only thing they did in that episode.
I think
It was
we're
hilarious.
definitely the biggest fans.
I love Team Rocket. I love them.
I think we were disappointing you. We have no jokes.
Yeah, sorry.
But
Well, let's
think
do
of
the
some.
podcast.
How about
I'll
the-
try and find some.
the only thing I could think of is knock knock. Banana. Knock knock. Yeah, we all know. Just get to the point. Banana, banana, banana. Knock knock. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? Oh, God. That's it. He would laugh his socks off.
He was out his ass off.
Whoa!
This is a
Yes.
PG. This is PG.
Yeah,
I said his ass.
I know. That's good.
Hello. What a cool costume.
Amazing. Did you make your
That's
own
it.
costume?
Yeah.
Did you? She has a very big ears. She can do it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I-
I saw that. And Besides Pikachu.
Besides Pikachu. Pikachu's my favorite. Again, their relationship is what makes the show. Action Pikachu. You learn how to compromise from them. I'm gonna go, what's yours?
I like Charizard and Snorlax. But I'm trying to change Charizard because everybody likes Charizard. So I'm trying to like Dragonite more.
That's good. Do you have a favorite?
My absolute favorite is Squirrel.
Yeah. People pick their,
Like a Squirtle because we always wear our sunglasses.
The Squirtle Squad
it's so funny. And we're almost at that episode. I'm gonna go Mr. Mime. People love to hate Mr. Mime. I wish I had Mr. Mime.
We need Mr.
The
Mime.
whole house would be tidy, and he just does all the tasks and then never talks back. It's just, I think I'd go with that. Plus we mime now and then, it's pretty good.
Yeah. We like to pick our Pokemon based on practicality.
Yes.
So I would like a Charizard so I can fly around and not have to like be stuck in traffic.
I picked Lapras before, but I'm not on the water that often.
Yeah, we mainly need flight.
True.
So that's the thing, yeah, unless we lived in Venice.
We could move
And
it.
then we'd be in canals all the time. On a Lapras. But
Lapras. You have a giant Lapras.
We did.
Inflatable Lapras.
just got
But now we need a pool.
we don't have a pool.
We don't have a pool.
But we have this Lapras.
There's some pretty tennis pools.
Yeah!
Oh.
This is the best panel ever! Thank you for your question.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Your dazzling brilliance.
Thank you.
Thanks. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do.
And then
Yeah, sorry. So,
Yes.
so this is one I've seen conflicting answers on the internet about this, so I thought I'd ask you.
Okay. All right.
So you know how there were a couple episodes of the anime that got skipped, like the one with Dragonite or Dratini?
Yes.
I heard rumors that you guys actually dubbed that before they decided to skip it, and others said you never dubbed it at all. What's the actual answer on that?
Well, I'm going to say that we never dubbed them at all. And other people might say that we did because perhaps bits of the anime was with something else. But to my knowledge, we never.
So they skipped it before you.
Yeah,
Like they
because
decided to skip it before ever writing
I
lines.
believe so. And my reasoning is that we were on always such a time crunch, and they were so aware of their budget that there's no way they would have paid us to work on something that wasn't going to air.
Right.
So
Okay.
and that's just because we're paid by the minute, essentially.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I really don't. I find it very hard to believe that we recorded anything that never went to air.
Okay.
But some of the actors were involved
Right.
in the directing process and things like
Well,
that.
Maddie Blaustein said in an interview that you guys did dub
So
it. That's why I'm
quite
not sure
possible that she knew that,
if it's
but-
just a memory, someone remembering it wrong or thinking they meant something else or
It's
whatever.
Also, we all went in separately.
Okay.
We never worked together, and it's possible that that it was mentioned to her but never mentioned to me. So I'm not
Right.
saying that that's wrong.
Yeah,
but
I just wasn't
to my
sure.
knowledge, never.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Right. Okay. So there's no lost tape out there of it.
Oh no, there's definitely not. There's
Okay.
definitely not.
Okay.
And in fact, the only reason I know that there were episodes that didn't air is I found out at a convention.
Right.
So,
Yeah, okay.
Other than that, I wouldn't.
Okay. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. It's a great question.
Yeah.
To fuel the conspiracy. Further,
No, I
would say,
Right.
in my vault, I've recorded every episode. I have a very small apartment.
Is there like any vault that keeps all those old recordings that would be able to like?
Right here, man. No, I don't think so at all. Absolutely not. Because everything's just, as with most anime or any kind of thing, it's just churned out and it just goes right to air. So in the old days when we were working on Pokemon, they basically would have the episode came out in Japan, and then a few weeks later ours would come out. We weren't that far ahead. That's why they were working so fast. You get in, you record your lines, they mix it, they send it to get okayed by Nintendo or whomever it was, and then it goes right to air. So nothing is just sitting somewhere. I would also say with the way everything was run, they wanted to make their money, so why would they hide something? Do you know what I mean? There's
Is there like some vault that's working and have it all over?
no,
All the,
no, I don't think so. It's all on computer. So there are still, again, in the old days, film was on tape, and though that tape was combustible, so there are yeah. Is that another Pokemon?
Yeah, combustion, it's working.
Oh, combustion. Okay, good. Combustionable. I don't know. But there are vaults in some buildings in Manhattan where the film canisters, the old movies, are still kept so that they can't self-ignite or blow up. That's interesting. Explosion. Typhlosion. What is that? Typhlosion. Typhlosion. Go.
We can do these two questions.
Okay.
I'm just curious, did you ever get any input into the show? And did you do like not voices? Because I know a lot of voice actors do multiple characters.
Yeah.
Did you ever do any other characters?
Yeah, so do you mean input? We had a director, is that what you mean?
The episode with the director, Ash language or anything like that?
We essentially would show up for work, get the script. In those days we had paper, and we'd go in the booth, put on the headphones, the little screen is up here, you hear your 3 beeps, and then you start. So you're looking at the script, looking at the picture, and then we wouldn't preview, we would just start. And so you're really just kind of feeling it out and filling in the lip flap with what you see, and you wouldn't hear the other characters. We would just be, you're acting off of what you think and how you think the person asking you the question asked it. So there was directors who could kind of piece it all together so that we were all in the same world. But other than that, I think maybe, as I was going from where the engineer and director sat into the booth, they would say, in this episode, Ash has a cold battles or whatever, let's just get started. So there wasn't a lot of information about what was going to happen. So, for instance, in that episode where Ash, Misty, and Brock separate, I didn't know that was going to happen until the moment it was happening, while we were in the booth. I was not, in the very beginning, allowed to play any other voices except for Ash, because I don't even know why. Everybody was playing a lot of characters. I did then get cast as Ash's mom, and then I did play some Pokemon, but they really tried to, May later, but in the very beginning, like the first season, I played some Pokemon, some of the other characters, Gary's cheerleaders, all those kind of other people, the children, like Brock's siblings, girls in the perfume place, all that kind of stuff. But they really, for some reason, they said, we don't want you playing anyone else. So it wasn't by choice, my choice at least.
And if my information is correct, you actually got to help voice Centric together.
Yeah.
They mixed their
Yes.
voices.
Yeah.
And they're Centric.
We are centric.
We are, yes, we are. Rena was so small, and she was with me at work, and then, so I picked her up to the microphone because we didn't want to move it, because I had to keep working, and I picked her up, and she was watching the screen and doing her little centric, and then I did mine, and they kind of merged them
I think it's the
together.
episode with like the Centrid farm or something, where there's like
There's
a lot
bunch of them.
Yeah.
Also, just as a tiny plug for my daughter, when she was, before reading, she played a part in the little
Boy Who Wanted to Be a Bear.
and she played the little bear before she grew up, and Heather Fernandez was the adult bear. But so Rena was at her little microphone, I sat on the floor, and I was reading, telling her the lines, since she couldn't read, and then she would watch
I
the,
still can't. She still doesn't.
I still, that's why I narrate the books. Right. The textbooks were really hard in college. But so then she would just watch and then do the lines from memory as I was reading to her. So that was pretty cool. Again, though, not having any idea what was going to happen in the scene or any of that stuff. So that's kind of how we all in cartoons are flying by the seat of our pants, in a sense. We do wear pants in the book. That's another conspiracy theory, that people don't have to wear pants. Slow King? No, Slow King does it, but Slow King is not a voiceover act. a pantsless one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Ash.
First things first, can you just say hi?
Hey, buddy. Nice to see you.
My question is,
Did you, when you did May and Ash
Mhm.
during the same like season, did you ever mix up the like voices?
No, actually, we would do all of Ash's lines and then all of May's and then Ash's mom or whatever other characters. So in that Pro Tools session, which is the software that was being used, it was easier to just lay one character's track down. But then the luxury I had was being able to do the scene as May with Ash. So that was pretty great. But I don't normally, even in audiobooks, I read the whole thing through like I'm sitting next to you reading the book out loud. So I go from narrator to character, all the way through, like that. So you just have to really visualize who you are voicing and who that person is, and then it's easier to transition back and forth. I do mess up sometimes in an audiobook if I haven't marked the character correctly in my script.
Yeah, if you're interested in that raid, there is a legendary one at 11:23.
A raid?
Yeah, there's one right here.
Let's get out of here! Okay, you've got 4 minutes to get there.
guys.
If you all run out,
Yeah, right here in this room.
well, if you run
The
out,
gym's right here.
if everyone just gets their phones out. Okay, I'm gonna do that
Okay,
too.
we're gonna have to raid.
I'm gonna hide. Yes. I guess, is that it, you guys? Okay, thank you so much. Big round of applause. Thank you. But seriously, Rena and I will be downstairs at the booth all today, all tomorrow. You can ask more questions when we're face to face. We do have our podcast, which is The Trainer's Guide. You can find that everywhere. We both are on social media, Instagram, Twitter, yada yada, and you can follow our adventures there. Thank you so much for coming out to Motor City Comic Con. This is such a great show, such a great community of people, and we are so, so happy to be here and share it with you. So.
Are you glad it's not a toxic community?
Oh, yeah, that's like what's that trash can one called?
Trust.
Yeah, it's not trubbish, that's for sure.
Not like the hot garbage.
Dun dun. Okay, you guys, thank you. Go in peace and go raid.